Hey guys, Tuxx here, and this is a by request video. People have been asking me about making Pokemon decks, okay? And I've been talking for quite a while now about making a fairy deck, and so I thought I'd go ahead and show you my theory behind making decks. And for those of you who have done competitive play, this might be very basic for you. This, for those who have never played Pokemon at all, this may interest you if you want to get into playing the card game. Or for those who have never really done competitive play, this might be something that might interest you as well. Little backstory on me is I am a sanctioned gym leader for Nintendo. I've done city events that would be recognized and would go into the standings for nationals, etc., etc. And I've done competitive play as well too. But the thing is, I haven't been doing it for a while now, and actually back when I would do it, there was no fairy deck. So that's part of the reason why, to me, making a fairy deck feels very new and refreshing compared to making other decks, which I have lots of other competitive play decks already from back when I would do competitive play. Okay, so with all that being said, if you're just getting into Pokemon for the first time, one thing I would recommend doing is just buying a starter pack. And they look like this, and this is one that I have not opened yet, and this, actually, I bought this for my fairy deck in particular. I don't recommend buying like the World Championship decks. Those are good for learning how to play, but you really can't use those cards in competitive play, so they're kind of worthless to a certain degree, except for practice, you know. And now they do have the Pokemon Online, so you can actually, you know, practice online too is another good route to go. But these cost about $15, and it's a good starter pack, and you can actually pick one, you know, for electric or whatever type of Pokemon deck you're trying to build. And you know, it's a good value, so I highly recommend picking these up. When I first started playing Pokemon, this is actually one of the first things I bought, was this, to learn how to play. So anyway, with that being said, I have all the cards here. What I recommend doing is going through your cards, and usually people say, hey Tuxx, how do you keep your cards? I keep them in these little lunchbox things. This is a little off camera. You can kind of see it up here. Maybe I can pull it into view here. You buy these. It comes with packs. I have several of these I keep my cards in, and it's a good way of keeping your cards kind of divided by year and things too, because again, for competitive play, you really can't go back too far and using the cards. And I've not actually checked all of these cards for competitive play. I believe these are all from 2016 or late 2015, so these should all be fine, to be honest with you. In fact, I have a lot more than this too, but these are just some of my newer cards I'm trying to make this deck from. And then in the event I need a certain card or something, I might actually go through some of my older cards from, you know, last year and see if they're still, you know, viable for playing competitively, which I'm sure in a lot of cases they are, to be honest with you. But anyway, for this video, I just kind of have these out here. And one thing I'll do when I'm starting a deck is I'll actually kind of like take a look at the cards and see what I have a lot of and kind of spread them out and see where I want to go with the deck. Okay, now as far as opening this up here, we'll go ahead and open this starting fairy pack here, and we will see what's inside. And if you've never bought one of these before, again, I totally recommend buying one of these because it's a good value and you really get everything you need to start playing. We'll go ahead and pull this out here. There you go. And inside here you will see it contains a lot of excellent basic things you need to play Pokemon. You have a little mat. Most people don't actually use these mats at all. I do not use them. But it does have like bench, and they have like cool artwork and stuff on them, and you know, the fairy one has a fairy Pokemon, so you can check that out for learning how to play. It's got some rules here on the side, so I mean, it can be very helpful actually. Flippers and things. Some people use dice. I really kind of prefer using these little cardboard ones, to tell you the truth, or the ceramic ones or plastic ones that come in the Elite Trainer kits. But anyway, we'll keep this with it because I probably will use these. Also inside the pack here, you'll see there's like a little advertising, and there's usually a flipper that corresponds with it, so I might actually use this flipper. Now, I've actually had some flippers that seem like they're a little luckier than other ones. I don't know if they're weighted in properly or what, but every now and then I have had a flipper which seems like it does heads. There's one flipper in particular I have, and I don't remember exactly the name of the Pokemon on it, but it would do heads like 90% of the time, okay? It was not altered or changed. It's just the way it was, you know. It can be helped. So if you have a lucky flipper, you can definitely use it with whatever deck you are planning on doing. Oops. Oh shoot, I have a card here that fell on the floor, and of course there's a code. Here's a code card for you. There you go. Okay, so anyway, continuing on here, we'll kind of throw this to the side. I do apologize for the extra lighting. This is usually a bigger area than I usually use in a video, so I just want to make sure it's reasonably well lit. Okay, so inside the little deck here, it's nice, it contains a little box. Of course, you can have 60 cards in a deck, and a lot of people recommend having 20 Pokemon, 20 Trainer, and 20 Energy. Looks like this deck is kind of a grass fairy deck, which is interesting. I'm not going to do that. Now, in competitive play, one thing I would do is I would pretty much disregard all of the energy. And the reason why is because in competitive play, I would actually use nothing but the hollow energies. And I would get these from being, involved with Pokemon. And usually all my decks would have nothing but these hollow energies. But because fairy decks are newer and I do not have this in a pack, they come in like a big ceramic pack or a big blister pack of like whatever many, it's like half an inch of them, and they're usually given out in Pokemon League. So if you have a Pokemon League in your town, I highly recommend joining, and that's how you can get access to these special holographic energy cards, and you can make whole decks around them. Okay, but for the fairy deck, we're just gonna keep it basic, and I'll use the cards that are given here. Now, one bad thing is in here, I don't think I'm gonna have 20 fairy energy cards. Okay, so I kind of do not like that. Again, if you're just starting, one thing you can do is actually just take this starter deck here and then just take things out of it and use this to kind of make your deck. Now, a lot of people accuse me of not using enough trainer cards. Usually I am more inclined to add more energy and more Pokemon. Sometimes the hardest thing I have is actually just getting the energy I need. The trainer cards I do use tend to actually be more along the lines of retrieving energy from discard and putting back into your deck or your hand. So those I recommend. Okay, let's see. This is kind of interesting. This card I may end up using here. I know there is an evolution of it that I have, which I may end up doing. It wasn't really part of the plan, but we might use that. We'll see. The evolution is actually on the floor right now. I dropped it making this video. Okay, now there is, I guess you need to have all the different versions of this. I guess part of the reason because... Oh, Spot, back please. My cat's actually in heat, so it's going to start meowing, so I may have to do some editing on this video. It's right over here, off camera. Let's see here. So, basically this little evolves from that. So, we probably will not do this, tell you the truth. We'll see. And look at this, there's a whole bunch of grass in here, and I really don't like that, so I may end up just not doing that. If anything, I think I would like to do I had a really good suggestion from Scarlett, one of the friends of the channel, and she was mentioning I have kind of a thing for this Pokemon here and using this family. Now, the one bad thing I found is I really don't seem to have the evolution 2, the stage 2 of this, so I'm really going to have to look through my collection and see if I have some stage 2s. If not, you can buy cards on eBay or whatever, so that's an option which I may end up doing. Now, I really thought I would use this deck more, but I'm a little disappointed that there's so much, there's so much grass in here, grass Pokemon. If anything, I would like it to be more colorless. And looking at these, that's just a basic. That's interesting. I might just kind of do away with this deck. A lot of things in here. Let's see. Flip a coin, draw 3 cards. That can be kind of useful. Move 1 basic energy. Switching is always kind of good. Might keep those. So much. Wow, this is a lot less fairy than I thought it would be. Heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon. That might be good. I'll keep that one there. Let's see here. Shuffle 2 cards from your hand into your deck. Draw a card. I don't like that. Flip a coin. Draw 3 cards. That can be kind of good. There's been some better drawing cards that let you draw like 5 or 6. So I usually recommend doing those. Energy switch, move 1 basic energy. Kind of basic, I probably won't do it, but I'll keep it for now. Let's see here. Heal 30, I kind of like that. Trainer card, battle reporter, draw cards until you have the same number as the opponent. Not bad, but I think I can do better. I'm going to hold off on that one. If you have a thing for that card, let me know. Alright, so all these cards look pretty good. I still may do that colorless thing. I'm kind of between that and this other concept I have. Sometimes the best way of doing this too is actually just play the game, battle it with your friends or whatever, see how the deck does, and from that point you can make decisions. Part of the reason why I don't like dragon decks is I really don't like using so much multicolored things. And of course rainbow energy works, but then you're going to take some damage on the card that you put the rainbow energy on, which I don't like that either, to tell you the truth, unless the card has a way of healing itself. Okay, so looking at the cards here, here's the energy here, and of course I'm probably going to have to add some more energy. I don't really have 20 fairy energy. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 is nowhere near enough energy. We're going to add in this Wonder Energy here I have, and this looks pretty interesting. So that's 9. And then I have a few Rainbow. We'll do 10 and 11. Okay, and we need more energy, so what I'm going to have to do is, obviously I need more fairy energy. So we have 11 here right now, and what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add in some green ones, which I'm going to trade later for actual water energy. So that's 8. We'll recount them in 1 second in case I don't have that right. Okay, so 9, 10, 11, 12, let's see, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, 18 is pretty good. Again, we want to have more energy than not. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, just pretend these are water for right now. Okay, so 10, and I will be changing them out for water. Then 9, well, 11, oh heck, start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, that's not too bad. We'll take out one of these. We'll just make it even 20 for right now. I'm going to leave in the Rainbow Energy for the time being. Of course, you know my feelings about Rainbow Energy. There is this energy here, this dangerous energy. No, we'll hold off on that. Okay. So 20. So we have our 20 there, so that's good. Okay, next is to pick Pokemons, okay? And this is where it becomes really difficult for me sometimes because I love to add everything, okay? And of course you can only have 60 cards, so you're going to be actually taking out some actual trainer cards for more Pokemon if that's what you want. Okay, things are musts, okay? I'm definitely going to add in these. So we'll try and get to 20 here. Okay, so we have these two. Love this card here. Basic, huge hit points, huge damage. Does require a lot of energy, which is kind of bad. But notice a lot of these fairy ones do have, you know, colorless, so that can work good too. So we have 2 there. Let's see. Okay, DNC is a favorite of mine, so I'm going to add those as well. I may take these out later or something. So here we have up to 6. These all look pretty good. I do like some of these, like Diamond Storm, heal 30 off your fairy Pokemon, so that's really good. For heal 30 damage from each of your fairy Pokemon, okay? That's really nice, and that is on each of these cards here. So I have 3, so we're up to 5 right now. So you can see we're already filling up fast full of Pokemon. Okay, now it's time to make some more difficult decisions. It's good to have some basic Pokemon. I have made decks which are way lopsided, and if you get lucky and draw just the right cards, you know, if the sun and the moon just magically align, sometimes you can actually pull off a deck with very few basic Pokemon, or like normal basic, you know, you can add in things like Mega cards and EX cards and things. But it's good to have some basic, because at the beginning of the game, you may not have a lot of energy on the field, and that can be a whole problem on its own. Now, looking at the cards, there is these here, which I was kind of considering. And these are pretty interesting. Flip coin, does 2 damage to itself. Well, I really don't like that. But this one here is pretty good. The spin tackle's not that good, despite the card being pretty. The ability is good, though. As long as this Pokemon is on your bench, prevent all damage to this Pokemon by attacks, so that's pretty good. This one here, though, Wonder Blast, is pretty cool, and this is a rare. This deck does 20 more damage for each fairy energy attached to this Pokemon, and Crystal Barrier, flip a coin, prevent all attacks, including damage to your Pokemon during the opponent's next turn. So that is pretty good, too, actually. I think I will use just this one for right now, and kind of keep this one in mind. Mr. Mime is a really good basic Pokemon to use that doesn't evolve, but sometimes can be really good. This one, prevent all damage to benched Pokemon. That's really good. Flip 4 coins. This does 10 damage times the number of heads. Pretty good. I have 2 of these cards. But I don't really know if I want to use 2, tell you the truth, because now I'm all of a sudden feeling like if I do this, we're already up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's like half of the Pokemon a lot of people use if they're going to go with the 20-20-20 theory, which a lot of people don't, I know. But anyway, so we'll just kind of leave those in, but these I will probably take out at the end here. All right, now it's time to start. We need to build this deck so it has some good evolutions in it. We could go with the EV route, which is kind of a good way of doing colorless, which is nice. Now, I have so many great fairy cards to choose from here. It makes it a little bit difficult to really decide which is the best way to go. Looking at these cards, I know, looking at the later evolutions of it, this one here is pretty cool. Let's see, Brilliant Search. Search your deck for up to 3 cards, put them into your hand, shuffle your deck afterward. That's pretty useful, actually. 3 cards, that could be like anything, That might be really good for a stage 2. And then, of course, the Petal Blizzard. This attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon, and don't apply weakness resistance, blah, 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 blah. And the weakness is really good too. I mean, unless you have someone who's doing like metal, it just have a resistance to darkness, which isn't too useful really. But yeah, this looks pretty good. So let's take a look here and try and build up this a little bit. And we'll pick, usually 4 is the best you should do. We'll go ahead and go with 3 for right now. 3 of these. We'll do 3 of these. And I may chop this down a little bit, but we'll do 3 of these to start. Of course, I'll do this, or 2 of these, let's say. Now, there's 2 different versions I have here. This one here has Wonder Shine for 70, and now they're confused. And does have a special ability, which is Charming. Each of your Pokemon attacks score 1 less. Wow, that's pretty interesting. I do like that. That's a very interesting ability. Interesting. I think I probably need to use more of those. Alright, so let's just pretend if we're going to stop here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so 18. Wow, that's really filling up fast, I may go with less trainers for this deck. Now, there was the talk about going with this this idea, but I don't really have the stage 3 is the problem. So I don't know if I really want to do that or not. Let's see here. I see Edge, Pokemon Sleep, blah, 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 blah. God, I like the idea of doing that too. And then, of course, this is another possibility, going with Eevee. And this is probably the best way to go. Yeah, I guess I'll go with the Eevee thing. So we do 1, 2, 3. And then we go ahead and do 3 of these too. I probably realistically only need 2 of these, but I'll probably leave 3 for right now. Let's see how many cards we're up to now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, oh boy, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, I do have, let's see here. These 2 cards I was considering doing too. Let's see here. Maybe I should just keep it all fairy. I like this card though. Alright, if I take these out, maybe we can add another family in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. See, that's almost perfect. Boy, tough decisions, I mean, again, I would still love to add this family of cards in. A, because it's super duper cute, and B, because the stage 2 is really good, but I don't have enough of the stage 2, at least at first glance, so I guess I will hold off on that idea, as good of an idea as that is. And we have 20 here. Now, I could actually add some more cards in. I think maybe I'll add, just for the fun of it, I like to sometimes throw a wild card in. This one here is a pretty cool, and it's a basic, and it does 130 hit points, which is good, and then 100 and flip 2 coins. If both are tails, the attack does nothing. But the odds of getting 2 tails is pretty unlikely, So maybe I'll add that in just for fun, okay? So now we are looking good with those. I could add in a few more cards here. Looking at some of the other options here, there's a lot of cool options. Let's see here. Looking at all the cards, 60, 40, 40, okay, that's kind of bad. The 90 is kind of high, but I'll probably leave that one out. As far as basic goes, cotton bed, opponent's now asleep, does 10. That's kind of fun. Let's take a look at the evolution of that. That's this card here, and this one has, let's see, Rolling Tackle for 30, and Windy Mischief. Move all of the damage counters from one of your bench Pokemon to your opponent's active Pokemon. Well, that's kind of fun. Actually, you know, I think I want to play this card, so we'll go ahead and add 2 of those in, and we'll add 3 of these in. Okay, now I know I'm heavy on Pokemon. Let's take a look and see what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, that means I can have 14 items, trainers, that kind of thing. Okay, so 14, that's a pretty good number. So let's go ahead and we'll leave this over here now, and we will take a look at this. We need 14 cards. Okay, so checking them out, the Stadium card here is pretty cool. Let's see here. Draw cards until you have 5 in your hand during your next turn. Let's see here. Attacks you 20 more. Yeah, we'll count that as the first one. Retreat cost. Let's see. Search your deck. Okay, this would be really great if I was going for this family of cards. That was the whole point of having this here. Not doing it, so we'll hold off on that for this time anyway. These cards are really great. Put 4 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. That can be really useful. So maybe we'll count that for one of them. Shuffle cards and combination, Pokebase and cards back into here. Alright, that's good. So again, another way of taking things from your discard pile and putting them back in. That's good. We'll come back to Heavy Boots in 1 second. Flip a coin, search a card for... Okay, I like that one. And maybe we'll actually do 2 of these, because we might have a hard time getting some of those later evolutions. So we'll pop that down. We'll come back to some of these too, by the way. Shuffle your basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. 5. Okay, that's really good. We'll come back to that. Lots of boots there. Heavy Ball. Search your deck for a Pokemon with retreat. Cost of 3 or more. Reveal it. That's kind of interesting. Probably hold off for right now, but very interesting all the same. Okay, Heavy Boots, we'll talk about this now. If retreat cost Pokemon is attached to his tree or more, Pokemon gets 20 hit points and can't be confused. Wow, that's really interesting. 3 or more. Taking a look at the cards we have here. Retreat costs 3 or more. That may not be effective. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Alright, so for some decks this might be really good. This particular deck, no. Again, no. I do like this one, yes. This one here, let's see here. Choose which way the card is played, blah, 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 blah. Pokemon, let's see, attack done by this Pokemon is reduced by 20. This would be really great if you're playing someone using those 3 types. This is a side here that I really do like. Choose which player, let's see, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this player can't have more than 3 benched Pokemon. That's interesting. So if I'm playing a fairy deck here, attacks from grass, fire, water is reduced by 20, and I can actually force the other player to then not have 3 on the bench. So yeah, we'll do that one. That seems like fun. Shuffle 3 card Pokemon tool cards. If I really was reliant on tool cards, I would add that in. Let's see, Pokemon attached to has no retreat cost. Interesting. Could come in handy. Maybe we'll take that one out first shot if need be. Guess I'm kind of attracted to these shiny things, the shiny cards. Discard 2 cards from your hand. Blah, 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 blah. Search deck for Pokemon. Don't like discarding. And shuffle 3, any combination. Okay, we'll put that down. Okay, I think we might be up to our quantity we need. So we will go ahead and take a look here. See, we needed 14, I believe. So let's see what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we can actually do 4 more cards of something. We'll go ahead and put these over here. And, I'm just going to add 4 more Pokemon. Now, again, there's a lot of people who would say, wow, Tuxx, you're using, like, too much Pokemon, not enough energy. I might actually later change this out so it's, like, 4 more energy. But for right now, you know what? I like to have Pokemon. So I'm going to go ahead and add in. There's nothing worse than starting a game and just not having enough Pokemon. So I have a choice here to make. And we'll go ahead and add in some basics. Let's see. The 30 damage healing thing is kind of good. This is kind of an interesting one here. Moonblast, okay, real basic Pokemon. 60 hit points, which is pretty good for basic, though. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done by attacks from the defending Pokemon is reduced by 10. That can be good. I guess I'll go the healing route. The pound is the same. We'll kind of pick one of each of these, I guess. And let's see here. And then the Stage 2. You see, this is really good. Okay, Moonblast does 30, but then during your opponent's next turn, any damage done by attacks the defending Pokemon is reduced by 30. So that could be really good too. So we'll go ahead and we'll take 2 of these. And I know some of these other fairy Pokemon are probably pretty good. We'll do a final count here and see what we have. And I think we are up to 60 now. And grab my energies. Okay, so we need 60 cards, and this is probably the base starter fairy deck 1. Okay, now again, keep in mind that these will probably be fairy Pokemon energy. I'm going to trade them out just for the purposes of this video. I didn't grab more fairy, but we'll see what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and actually I think I did count one extra in here. I believe this is 60. So anyway, we'll count this as 60. Again, before I play it for real, I will recount it, check things over one last time. But I think this is the start of my fairy deck, and of course it will evolve as I get more good cards. And I really value your opinions. If you are into playing fairy decks or playing Pokemon, or better yet, if you've played someone who had a really devastating fairy deck, let me know here in the comments below. I know there are, videos you can watch of like the World Championship and that kind of thing. I do watch those a little bit, but I really try and not necessarily put all my weight and decision making behind them, because I do like to try and come up with original decks. Sometimes if everyone's doing the same, sometimes in games like MMOs and stuff, everyone does the same kind of moves and everything, and then it becomes easy to defeat them because you've like, oh, I've seen this before. So actually by doing original stuff, sometimes you can actually beat them. Alright guys, this has been a long form video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, this is a requested video. We'll go back to our normal unboxings for the next video, but I wanted to show you guys this and talk a little bit about Pokemon cards, and I really want to know your feelings down below here. Don't forget to sign up for the 3,000 subscriber giveaway. It's going to be ending on April 15th at 11:59 p.m., okay? Alright guys, be sure and check out Tuxx Reviews and Tuxx Gamer Tuxx, and of course check out Tuxx Toys on Instagram and Twitter. Thanks for watching guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.